The service chiefs and the Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetokun, are appearing before the House of Representatives. The service chiefs include the Chief of Defense Staff, General Christopher Musa, Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Tori Lagbaja, Chief of Air Staff, Air Marshal Hassan Abubakar, and the Chief of Naval Staff, Vice Admiral Emmanuel Algala. This comes after last Thursday's criticism of the security heads by the lawmakers for sending representatives who were rejected. The Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps Nasarawa State Command has confirmed the arrest of 27 individuals over their alleged involvement in cult-related activities in Lafia, the state capital. Commandant Bappa Abbas Muhammad shared this information while parading the suspected cult members. He also revealed that the arrests were made in response to an escalation in cult-related incidents, resulting in one fatality and another person sustaining injuries from a machete attack. Police operatives attached to the Suleja Area Command in Niger State have arrested 2 suspects after they allegedly attempted to swap an automated teller machine ATM card belonging to a female victim at a commercial bank in the town. According to a statement by the State Police Public Relations Officer Wasiu Abiodun, the victim discovered the suspects were attempting to swap her ATM card and raised the alarm, but the suspects immediately zoomed off. The police patrol team subsequently trailed the vehicle and was intercepted at the Old Nepa roundabout in Suleja town. Now to political matters. Rivers State Governor Siminalayi Fubara has tasked the new Commissioner of Police in Rivers State, Olatunji Disu, who was deployed in the aftermath of the crisis that rocked the State House of Assembly, to be professional. Governor Fubara gave the task during a courtesy visit by the Commissioner of Police and his team to the Government House, Port Harcourt, the Rivers State capital. The report.
While welcoming the 45th Commissioner of Police in Rivers State, Olatunji Disu told the CP that his management team and his administration would not make unrealistic demands from the force. Governor Fubara, who promised to support the police to function optimally, said that his interest is the peace and development of the state. He equally urged residents of the state to cooperate and support the police by giving relevant information that will improve security across the state.
I want you to be professional. That is the only request I want to make. As a government, we will give you all the necessary support to do your job professionally. I'm saying this because even if you decide to go the other way, one day you'll be asked to give account of your deed.
Earlier, the Rivers State Commissioner of Police, Olatunji Disu, assured the governor of his understanding of the complexity of the state's security situation, having been in charge of the state's criminal investigation department and also served as divisional police officer in 2 divisional headquarters. He promised to lead an intelligence-driven force and partner with locals in various communities to effectively tackle crime in the state.
We will adopt a proactive approach to policing, one that emphasizes intelligence and foresight, enabling us to identify potential threats before they materialize. Through enhanced surveillance, intelligence gathering, and efficient resource allocation, we will strive to stay one step ahead of criminal elements.
The newly deployed Commissioner of Police also responded to newsmen outside the Executive Council chambers after a courtesy visit to the Governor, Siminalayi Fubara, on the alleged murder attempt of the former leader of the Rivers State House of Assembly, Edison Ehie. The CP, who said preliminary investigation did not reveal an assassination attempt on the factional Speaker of the Rivers State House of Assembly, he maintained that the police officers were only on a routine convoy patrol at the time of the incident.
The preliminary investigations we have done so far this morning has not revealed any assassination attempts. All I knew was that police officers were on patrol, convoy patrol. Is a routine thing. And we have made frantic effort to get across to the leader to give us any information he has so that we can include it in what we already have.
CP Disu took over from Emeka Onwunyi, who has been redeployed to the force headquarters in Abuja.
A group of lawmakers at the Rivers State House of Assembly, led by Edison Ehi, have passed a vote of confidence on Governor Siminalayi Fubara. In a statement on Tuesday, the lawmakers said that the resolution was passed during the day's plenary session. They said that the decision was based on Fubara's developmental strides and security initiatives to keep the oil-rich state peaceful, pledging their resolve to continuously give the governor the required support to accomplish his consolidation and continuity agenda to benefit the state. While condemning the reported attack on Ehi's residence, the burning of the hallowed chamber of the Rivers State House of Assembly 3 weeks ago, the lawmakers appealed to the governor to commence the rehabilitation works as soon as possible. The Court of Appeal in Abuja has dismissed the application by Ondo State House of Assembly and its Speaker for an order hastening the hearing of its appeal, seeking to upturn the order by a federal high court in Abuja halting the planned impeachment of Deputy Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa. In a ruling on Monday, a 3-member panel of the appellate court held that the House of Assembly's application for an order to abridge the time for the hearing of its appeal was without merit. The court held that the appellant failed to show exceptional circumstances to warrant the grant of such an application. The Assembly had on October 20 filed the application to abridge the time for the respondents to file their briefs. 8 students of the Kwara State Polytechnic, Kwara Poly Ilorin, Kwara State, have sustained varying degrees of injury during a fire incident at a gas refilling shop near a student hostel. Now, the fire incident, which occurred at Destiny Villa, Dola Abimbola Street, Elekoyangang area in the Ilorin East local government area of the state, also involved a gas attendant. The head of the Department Media and Publicity of the State Fire Service, Hakima Adekule, on behalf of the Director of the service, Prince Falade John, said that the fire started when a gas attendant at a nearby gas shop was refilling a gas cylinder positioned several meters above ground level. The fireman said that the total estimated properties lost was valued at 14.6 million naira, while the total estimated properties saved was 72.2 million naira. In response to the incident, the Director of Kwara State Fire Service, Falade, dispatched his team to check on the affected students and urged the members of the public to prioritize safety measures to prevent fire disasters. The Ogun State government on Tuesday started demolishing shanties and makeshift structures in Kara along the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. According to the task force, the shanties and illegal structures disfigure the corridor and are considered to be hideouts for criminals in the area. The operation was led by the Senior Special Assistant to the State Governor on Environment, Farouk Akintunde. Akintunde said that the exercise was meant to position the state as the industrial hub of Nigeria. You're watching the news update on Trust TV. Coming up shortly, we look at ways to combat reduction in misuse and overuse of antibiotics in humans. Details and more after the break.
The Nigerian Senate has confirmed the appointment of Olayemi Cardoso as House of Representatives.
Following extreme economic reforms of fuel
Charge of the Semi-Command of the Nigeria Customs Service
for the 10th National Assembly enhanced.
One after the other, the 23 Federal High Court justices take their oath of
this council while granting 40
trillion naira from the subsidy.
FIFA has confirmed. Spain, Portugal, and Morocco has been named as the co-hosts.
Are you interested in the latest news and developments in Nigerian politics, policy, governance, and other critical national issues? Look no further than Daily Politics on Trust TV. Our panel of experts and key people in government provide in-depth analysis and commentary on the biggest stories in Nigerian politics.
And 33.3 million Nigerians are suffering from multidimensional poverty.
It's a much calmer Buhari than the Buhari who was in the khaki uniform.
Naira to Naira exchange rate is higher anywhere in the world. The Naira is higher than our exchange rate. So you want to...
This central bank governor you're doing, you must do it fast.
The number of casualties we have had, we shouldn't have had. Security, as far as Nigeria is concerned, we have wronged.
From the inner workings of government to the latest on legislation, rule of law, implementation, and democracy, we have you covered. Don't miss out on the latest political news and discussion. Tune in to Daily Politics, weekdays on Trust TV, your source for reliable and unbiased coverage of Nigerian politics.
That's great.
Thanks for staying with us. You're watching the news update on Trust TV. Here's a reminder of our top stories. Service chiefs, IGP appear before reps for security debate. 8 injured, properties worth millions destroyed in Kwara fire incident. In other news, the National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control, NAFDAC, has alerted Nigerians, particularly healthcare providers, to one batch of counterfeit Meronem 1G injection being purchased in Nigeria. The information is contained in a public notice signed by the agency's Director General, Professor Mojisola Adeyeye. Adeyeye said that the marketing authorization holder, Pfizer, reported the incident as received through a patient notification platform concerning a suspicious Meronem 1G injection purchase. Now, she reported that Pfizer as saying that the vial content did not dissolve when reconstituted for use and that further visual inspection of the pack was observed. It was also reported that the crimp code did not match with the code reported on the production documentation. Stakeholders in the nation's health sector have called for a reduction in the misuse and overuse of antibiotics in humans and animals as concerns over the increased spread of antimicrobial resistance (AMR) increases. At the annual commemoration of the World Antimicrobial Awareness Week, stakeholders are advocating for improved understanding of AMR as concerns about its negative effect on the environment increases. Trust TV's Aisha Salihu reports.
Antibiotics are widely used for the treatment of infections in humans and animals. Experts say misuse and overuse of these drugs lead to antimicrobial resistance, whereby the drugs are ineffective against disease pathogens. As statistics show that the abuse of these drugs are rampant amongst middle and low-class Nigerians with limited access to hospitals, leading to a public health threat. This now begs the question of the way forward for control.
Factors such as self-medication, low level of health awareness, lack of access to clean water, sanitation and hygiene, poor infection prevention and control practices, and poor waste disposal practice are believed to likely contribute to antimicrobial resistance.
Citizens should not just walk into a chemist or pharmacy and just make demand for antibiotics. Because if you come to us and you ask for any antibiotics, we'll sell for you. They are OTC drugs. But you should tell us what is wrong with you, and then we'll prescribe the right dose and the right antibiotic for that particular illness.
The discharge of antibiotics and other antimicrobial compounds, such as disinfectants and heavy metals, into the environment has the potential to drive the evolution of resistant bacteria. These compounds are present in water, soil, pharmaceutical industrial effluent, and hospital waste.
On the One Health multi-sectoral approach, the Nigeria Center for Disease Control and Prevention, in collaboration with ministries, departments and agencies across agriculture, environment, water resources, health and other partners, are concerned about the rise and spread of AMR.
Almost 64,500 deaths they are attributable, and 263,400 deaths which are associated with AMR. The GDP loss attributable to AMR in developing countries, including Nigeria, has been forecasted to be 5 to 7% by 2050.
Components of the 5-year National Action Plan 2.0 and expansion of national surveillance are among solutions to curb the AMR spread.
Without having a full representative data, we are still challenged in terms of advocacy efforts to get the necessary action for policy actions, and even to attract the resources that are required to tackle this really big problem. Strengthening private sector involvement in AMR activities, integrating multi-sectoral AMR surveillance and response activities.
We've been able to bring to the fore the issue of the AWARE classification, which is the Access, Watch and Reserve groups for antibiotics. And we believe that this effort, which the Federal Ministry of Health has championed, is one of the ways that when the classifications are incorporated into the essentials medicine lists at the national level, that we can be sure that prescriptions do not target antibiotics that can easily go bad or that we need in the most critical patients who are in the intensive care units.
To effectively curb the menace, experts want all sectors to join forces and encourage the prudent use of antimicrobials and preventive measures. Aisha Salihu, Trust TV News, Abuja.
Borno State Governor Babagana Umar Zulum on Monday ferried over 20 kilometers on Baga side of the Lake Chad Basin. Now, Zulum was in Baga to assess portions of the Lake Chad towards his government's plan to enhance agricultural activities along the shores of the basin, to also increase avenues for trans-border trade between people living on the Nigerian side and those from Chad and Niger. Now, the Lake Chad Basin is the largest endorheic basin in Africa. It spans 4 nations, including Nigeria, Niger, Chad, and Cameroon. The governor noted that during his assessment that with the agricultural activities picking up along the Lake Chad shores, the returning communities hitherto depending on government support and humanitarian aid will have sources of livelihood. A flash flooding in Somalia has killed 50 people and driven nearly 700,000 from their homes. A government official said that the heavy rain starting Tuesday expected to worsen the country's plight. The Horn of Africa region is experiencing torrential rainfall and floods linked to the El Nino weather phenomenon, claiming dozens of lives and causing large-scale displacement. Somali Disaster Management Agency Director Mohammed Mualim Abdullahi said that at a press briefing on Monday that the rains that will continue between 21st and 24th of November may cause more flooding, which could cause death and destruction. Hamas leader Ismail Haniyeh has said that the group are close to reaching a deal on a truce with Israeli authorities. Negotiators have been working to seal a deal to allow the release of about 240 mostly Israeli captives seized on October 7 and a ceasefire in Gaza where more than 13,000 people have been killed in Israeli attacks. The release of some of the Palestinians, including women and children, in Israeli prison is also reportedly being discussed. Intense negotiations mediated by Qatar is on the way. Time now to take a quick break. The news update continues shortly. Join us again.
Why did you develop this reputation as somebody who is difficult to work with?
I will tell the truth. No matter whose ox is gored, I will say exactly how it is.
This is where I actually sympathize with commissioners of nowadays, where a commissioner sometimes is just a picture. You find somebody, even a cleaner and the governor's wife, can interfere with their abilities.
Even the ministers, there are very many who respected me, simply because I never complained about them. I never went to ask for a favor. Never.
So none of that has happened?
Nothing.
But if it hasn't happened, do you have hope that now another government coming in?
There's no hope.
So you've given up on politics?
I've given up. It's gone, it's gone.
Retrenchment from work is the most hated thing by unions. It's loss of job means that is loss of life, in fact, for civil servants at that time.
Nigeria's economy, Nigeria's security, Nigeria's intelligence. This is what the materials we were handling. And I thought government would be very interested.
The reasons why you adopted federalism is not because of finesse, not because you like it. It's because of its functional utility.
Thanks for staying with us. Now, in sports news, the 2023 ECOWAS Abuja International Marathon will hold on December 16. Unlike past editions in which participants were restricted to just half the marathon, this year's race will feature a 5-kilometer fun run targeted at families and other fun runners. This year's half marathon will start at the ECOWAS Secretariat, while the 5-kilometer race will begin at the Nnamdi Azikiwe Expressway. Both races will climax at Eagle Square, where there will be other fun activities with entertainment. Race Director Gabriel Okon of Y&T Sports Management urged Nigerians to use this platform to integrate with their brothers and sisters across the sub-region. Benjamin Mendy is taking former club Manchester City to an employment tribunal over millions of pounds he claims he is owed in unauthorized wage deductions. It was alleged City stopped paying Mendy in September 2021 after he was initially charged and held in custody. In a statement, it was confirmed leading UK sports lawyer Nick DiMarco is handling Mendy's case, which amounts to a multi-million pound claim, and it is expected that the case will be heard in 2024. Mendy joined Ligue 1 club Lorient at the start of this season, and he has so far made 3 substitute appearances for the French side. And with that, we wrap up the news update. You can watch more via all our social media platforms and also our YouTube channel. I am Ayuba Ida. Thanks for watching.